Another application for the soft proofing, which has been very high on demand, is for magazine printers. This is a typical 16 up page section. Remembering the automation is the key to this. So when the job is processed, it automatically will pick up the front and back page sections. So the press operator will press Home, Publication. He will select the job and press View. Up comes the page section. He would select the fit height just to check the overall job, and once again select the main, show channels and check the black if there's any major overprint issues. Straight back to the navigator and straight back to print size. As we were, the same procedure would work if we were down here. We would select, touch on the area of the screen, or touch it up here, or touch it here, wherever we may need. Or if we're working up the ribbon sections of the web offset press, we could put our finger on the touch screen here and we could move it up, or we could move it across or down, or just simply touch on any spot we need. Once again, you've got the zoom button, need some extra identification of what's going on. Very, very quick to be able to select. Okay, let's go back to print size. This type of work here, this large 16 page sections, the ads are probably the most critical part, and where we've got a reader spread ads, and quite often these ads can be one page on one section of a sheet, and the other half can be on the back side of the sheet. So Serendipity have introduced some new technology called this new de-impose function. So if we go back to Home and Publication, let's load the job again, and we press View Imaged, and up comes another tab. The job loads. Remember, once those jobs are loaded, they're cached, which means to say we've got those in memory and we can flick backwards and forwards from one job to the other very quickly. So there it is there, we press Main and press De-impose, and immediately the imposition signature is now laid on top and cuts up the pages into single pages. So if I press now Show Pages, I can go to any page. For example, I've got this section here, I've got page number 18, but there's another section there. So if we press now Spreads, it's going to pick up that other spread section, which could be on another section of the sheet, and there it is. And that gives me, so we can check those very critical double page spread ads. Back to Main, we'll come out of Spreads. If we happen to have some other critical pages that need checking individually, we can check those, or go straight to the last page there. Right. Now, if we can also de-impose the job back again if we wish. So if we press de-impose, that will bring back the whole, assemble the whole job instantly back again. Now for those people that want to check the imposition signatures, we have a function called signature, and the signature then can be overlaid over the top, so any checking of the pages can be done at that stage. Once again, we have the press configuration system here. We have press preset, and the press operator would select the appropriate ICC profile, paper background colour, and also each press preset would be programmed with a different transparency effect to make sure we can see the correct show-through effect on different papers. So let's go now onto a style of a newspaper job. Let's go back home, publication, and here we have a typical newspaper job, and we'll press view. Here's the job, press the navigator, straight to print size, or in this case we'll go up to fit height, because we're using, normally the monitors are rotated around 90 degrees. We would select the press preset configuration, would be, for example, the IFRA standard newspaper. In comes the profile for that, including the background paper. Or if we had one for a pink one or a green background. There we are. Now, if we go to back to main or back to show pages, we can immediately see we here have identified one of the pages as a different colour. If we display that page, it's now going to show us that it's got a revision page in there. So the newspaper page may have changed between the early morning edition to late morning. And so these are identified to the press operators, and they can display them where necessary. The Job Genie software is very important, especially for newspapers, because the automation is a very critical part, and the software can identify the different editions and different titles by the naming conventions. So it will automatically proof the jobs and sort them into their various publications. Once again, we don't want any operator intervention from the pre-press department. Everything has to happen completely automatically, and they're available to the press operator immediately. Let's go to select page number 2, and if we go back to main, we can select spreads, and we can see that spread page come up together. Or if we go to show pages, we can drop ourselves right down to the last page. So you don't have to flick through page by page. You just select the appropriate pages that you require, and they hold themselves in memory. So when you select them back again, you can see how fast the system recalls those pages. Alright, we go back to main, and again we'll just press the ink key viewer, back to main again, we're just going to take off the spreads button, main and ink key viewer, and calculate those up for the press operator. Any excess ink there? No, that's fine. Back to main there once again. Now this touchscreen console here, this can be edited, and so that only a few buttons are actually displayed. There are many functions here that are not used for newspaper or for magazine publication, but will be required for other applications. So the menu can be easily adjusted to have only the buttons required on the menu. Back to main there once again. Then we can close those jobs. Let's close these ones off. Close it off again. We'll go home, publication. We'll pick up another job here. We've got a golf magazine, and it's got 17 8-page sections, and one work and turn. You press the press preset back to in this case, the Fogra 39 or the Grackle, There's the first section, and it might be on the press now that we're using, we're printing sections 2 and 3. So we can use it in that manner. We can come back to main. There's functions in here for automatically rotating the job. We've got a blue line facility. Let's bring up that one and see what happens. So home, publication, back to the packaging job, we can display that. Navigate, and we'll go to print size. And we've got a button here called, we've got show blue line. And here we can display critical areas, and we can see the underlay and overlay trapping. And there, see the edges there, and that will display the underlay and overlay trapping. Well, I think from this demonstration today, hopefully we've been able to give you an insight of the complete capabilities of the software. It's quite, might I say, fully capable of handling all commercial aspects, packaging, magazine, and also newspaper. So if you would like to, we'd offer you some demonstration software, and it's probably very important to be able to get a touchscreen console to be able to do that testing with. All right, we'll look forward to hear from you. Thank you very much for your attendance today.